Hey, everybody, welcome back to Contest Prep University. I'm Joe Klemczewski with Adam Atkinson. We're going to do a series, 5 critical steps to planning your peak week. And after more than 25 years of doing this, Adam, it's still very funny to me that every week when I'm getting ready for the next group of competitors and I'm creating their peak weeks, there is, rightly so, I get it, just a ton of anxiety. Like, oh my gosh, peak week's coming. What am I going to do? What's it going to look like? What do I have to do? And I try to calm clients down, and that, it's not going to be too crazy. We're not going to, there's just not that, it's adjustments, it's coaching, it's modifications, it's a lot more frequent monitoring, but it's going to be almost underwhelming in some aspects, that you just don't have to do crazy, weird stuff. But there are some really, really important things that we do need to focus on. And so we're going to go through 5 of those. The first one, I think, is just the actual logistics. Because I'll sometimes be communicating with the client and I'll say, what's the order of events? When is your class on? And like, I have no idea. Like, it's a week and a half away. How do you not know that? Like, you better start getting ready to understand your lodging, your travel. Can you even take the food with you? Like, there are so many things that you should, just to keep your stress levels down and make sure you have what you need. So I'm curious, how you handle like all of those steps, or do you just infer that clients should know that stuff?
Yeah, so we send a pretty large document of, information to our clients that they can look through and follow. Uh, a lot of it has the links to these contest prep university videos. So if they kind of prefer a video format too, we pretty much have a video for everything involving peak week. So we really do include a curriculum within that packet. Now, with that being said, it's a lot of information. So it's just really about open communication, letting clients know you really can't bother us. The key of this is communication. So I will only know what you bring up to me. Some people will be more adult-like and know how to pack their food. Some people, it could be their first flight they've ever taken and they don't really know. And you do want to avoid the stress if at all possible. But I always tell clients at the end of the day, you can typically buy food wherever you land. So I also do think it's nice to have fresher food as well. So as long as there's not too much variance in the sodium contents of what you might buy in Ohio versus Las Vegas, you're going to be totally okay. So I do try to keep the stress load off. Additionally, just like you said, I'll have clients who want their peak week 2 weeks in advance or a week in advance, because the narrative a lot of coaches have put out there is that we're going to do something batshit crazy that you're just not prepared for. I think that's the absolute worst thing you could do in peak week, is do something you've never done before. That's kind of the narrative of our peak, is to not do that. And we want a predictable result. So I always tell people, did you pay me as a coach, or did you pay for plans from me? Because if I had this planned, I would have sent it to you 16 weeks ago. So you want to be coached through the process for your body and to the changes that your body possesses.
Mhm. I think today, with some people having to travel a very far distance for things like national qualifiers or big pro qualifying events and so forth, if this means enough to you to spend the kind of time and money that I know you're investing in it, then take that extra day off, get there a day early, make sure you've kind of buffered that final week where you're not running around like crazy doing 15, 18-hour work days just trying to catch up before you leave. I see so many people in a very harried perspective trying to just scramble into the show, missing a lot of these logistical points. Like you said, are you in a hotel that even has a kitchenette and you can prep some food or not? Have you checked with the FFA or FAA, to see if you can, take certain things with you? Just all of those details matter. And I think you have to start thinking of them ahead of time. And like you said, have a pretty comprehensive list or spreadsheet to start checking off those boxes.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, let's we're going to dive into in our next 4 episodes some of the details. Adam already mentioned food sources, for example. That's something we're going to talk about. So hang with us through this series. We'll see you next time in Contest Prep University.